Hello and welcome to another building video. Today we're going to be building the Rogal Dorn. And I've already started. And I hate doing this to you guys because I like to show you like all my process and stuff. But I got into it and things were a lot more complicated, and if I were going to have to film it, it was going to be a nightmare. So like our Chimera, we're doing wheeled conversions for a lot of this stuff. So here's the wheel conversion. It's the same thickness as it's supposed to be, but in order to get it to work, I had to, because of how this model is built, you need the inside of the track to build this around it. So I had to build this, but then I had to cut these and make them flat so that these would sit up against them for the piece that I made would fit against it. And then the tires I had to glue on too because I wanted it to be aligned properly and not like weird. So there's like a lot of clamping and stuff involved. So unfortunately I built the body of the Rogal Dorn, and then I cut the part of the outside of the tracks here, like this part. So I have it right here. There's like these little vents in the back. I put them back here. The sponsons of course fit here. And I put the tread covers over the top, so you can see that it's still the same size as it's supposed to be, which is good. But yeah, so that's kind of, this is our starting point for this because there was a lot of work I had to do. So we didn't have to build any of this at all. And we built that because we had to build, so you can see like it's all attached to the inside of the model. So it's like of this piece, so it's kind of sucky in that sense, but we can get to building the actual tank out now. So we'll start with getting these little exhausty bits on. There's also a lot of extra bits on here too, which is going to be nice that we're going to use for like filling in some of these areas and stuff like that, just to have some stuff. They also have the tread covers, which I think we'll be able to use to cover some of the wheels and just make it so it's a little bit more neater. So right now I'm looking for the exhaust bits on this thing. It's pieces 11 and 12. You would think they would be on this sprue. Is this? Nope. Is it going to be on the sprue with the treads? Let me see. Oh, there's some stuff on here. Yeah, see, these are the tread covers that I'm talking about that we'll probably be using for, right here they are right here, that we'll be using for like filler and stuff like that. And we had some extra pieces from like the Chimeras that we were able to do these little panels on the front. But it'll all look nice once it's all painted. I mean, it's kind of all a jumble right now, so it's kind of maybe hard for you guys to see, but I think it's gonna turn out great. But yeah, there was just a lot of sanding and checking and then sanding again and then double checking again, and it was just really annoying, and like putting it on a flat surface with some sandpaper and just going at it, and it was, and then checking it and then checking again and getting frustrated. So you guys didn't have to see any of that, so that's cool for you guys. And now we get to, and we probably could have used plastic glue still to put this on, but I super glued it all on. I didn't want any weirdness in here. So now we're gonna put these pieces in here. So we got our little tops of our exhaust pipes here. Just putting our plastic glue in. You want the rivet sticking out because otherwise it won't look right. And then for the bottom here, sliding on the little exhausts here. I'm sorry if this model's like too big to like really get a look at it, but when we're done building it, we'll take it down and you'll get to see it. Now we're gonna get the covers for the exhaust here. Like the tires were one thing too. Like it's funny because I was like, I'll just buy some Games Workshop tires, and they're all sorts of different sizes. There's like a Palanite Enforcer that I got some tires for, and those things were too small. They're like right here. Yeah, they're way too small. And then there was some other parts that were. I bought the Oryx or Torox tracks too, because I was like, oh, maybe I'll make it like a half track. Like maybe that would be kind of cool. But those things are so small. Like I was not expecting them to be that tiny. There's a little, there we go. I was like, there's a little piece in there. I'm trying to get it to snap in there. So we're doing the same thing here. But yeah, I was really surprised at how small some of the pieces were. They really don't want you to customize a lot. So here's the track for the Torx. Like it's not even like, look next to this tire. It's like as big as this tire. And I needed, like if it filled this area, that would be cool. But it was not in the cards for us. So these pieces we have used as the back kind of brake lights on this thing. But we'll still use that one, 118. You would think they would just build this like in a set where the numbers would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like it doesn't have to be like all spread out like this. But whatever. I was surprised at the Rogal Dorn model too. I was expecting something a lot bigger, and it's a decent size, but it's not what I was expecting. I was expecting a much bigger tank, which I mean, good that it's not huge, because then that would be a lot of work, but still. Let's get 19. There's a lot of detail on this thing though. And some people have complained about like the amount of pieces that are in these kits. And I can see it on some of them, like being a little excessive. But it's what we're paying for. I mean, we're paying for plastic. I mean, I guess if you want it cheaper, then they should drop it down, but I don't think they care about what most people think about their prices. Oh, 123. Where are you? I do hate when you have to jump from like sprue to sprue though, like for this step. Like all these pieces should be on one sprue, but they're not. Here is 30. I found this one, so let's put that there, and 5 should also be on this. If it makes any sense, it does. Cool. I'm interested to see if our commander is gonna fit, because it's a. I took the commander out of the old Rust that we built because we're not using that anymore. And oh, I'm blind. It's a piece that has like a slit in it. I know this is riveting entertainment for you guys, but This is part of the process. And I like to share the whole process with you, not just the fun wins and the cool customization stuff. You gotta see everything, whether you like it or not. Okay, it's not on this. Let me get this out while I still have it here. Oh, here it is. Jesus. Am I blind? Am I that blind? Where's this piece I was looking for? This little slit window situation. And this one's gonna be good. I guess the second one will definitely be better because now that I've learned at least something from this, then I'll know. Like if I were to redo this whole thing, like I would probably, you know, sculpt some more detail in this. But we're covering up a lot of it anyway, and that was kind of my thought process of it, is like, well, it's gonna get covered. Do we really need to spend time doing that? So I didn't, because I thought it would be easier to cover it up, but some of this stuff, I didn't have as many extra pieces yet that I would be comfortable with that right now. Like there's some plainness like to the bottoms of like this and stuff like that, but we'll see as we get closer to finishing this that we'll see what we get. So now we're gonna build the turret. So we're gonna build it with just the single cannon because that is the better option. This time I actually looked up what the build was instead of last time when I was building the Chimera. I didn't know what I was equipped with, and now I actually do know what I'm equipped with. So, haha, take that. So we take this, we'll cut out this guy. You didn't have to cut that out. Now that I'm looking at it, because it doesn't, the things are way down here and there's nothing that goes in here except like people, I guess, but don't really have to do anything to clean that up. So now we're just gonna clean the nubs off, the nubs. Cool, and then we'll do the same thing for this one. And it's kind of cool, like any dents and stuff can just be like, oh, this tank has been in battle, and so if you sand a little too much off, it's okay. So now we go, this is the front, this is the back. Put our glue in here, and then set this tab in here. Whoop. And then probably put some glue around the edges because it's a weird little connection situation they got going on there. For the sides of the cannon, got 41, 141, and 86. This is 141. It's 141. Then 86 is going to be here. And then 94 is the little piece of plastic that holds on to the cannon. Oh geez, this thing's fucking huge. Alright. We gotta do our cleanup here. And we just want to get all these sprue nubs off it, because it's gonna look ugly when we build the model. We don't want that. And it's gonna make it not fit straight, so, which is another problem. So I have to clean this off too, just so it spins better. And then I need one piece for the inside of this guy really quick. I need 138, which is a little teeny lens of some type. Found it. Okay, so it goes in through the back, it looks like. So here's this piece. Let's put some glue in this little piece here, and then this goes in lens first. And then probably push it in with this. There we go. So we got our lens now. These do not get glued. Well, these get glued, but the piece that holds it does not, obviously. Why are you barking? This dog. It's been really barky lately. I don't know why. Now there's no right way or wrong way to put this in apparently, so we're just gonna slide that right there. And then, well, we'll get it in there once this is all. Put our glue down. You okay, Mama? Yeah, I know, it's all a big barky world. There we go. So now that's on, and it's not glued, and this is on. You have to put a lot of glue there because I messed up. Evie. Good job, Mama. Thank you for protecting me from whatever you're barking at. She says, you're welcome. Not a big deal. No. No more. Well done. Well done. Is there an earthquake coming? What's happening? Little Timmy stuck in the well? Oh. He's got a grrr. Okay, cut those off the top. We're gonna clean up the top now. Mama, it's okay. Is it the dryer? You barking at the dryer? I find it easy like to hold the blade with my fingers and just drag it along rather than just like use the handle. Okay, so now for this, we're gonna put glue everywhere but the top here, because we don't want that to be glued in there. So just kind of stay away from this area when you put the glue down. There we go, put it down like this. And then that should glue on nicely. Okay, now we're gonna build the cannon. This one. EB. It's okay, mama. 96, 97. I'm assuming it's these pieces right here. Is there only, okay, no, I was like, are these the same cannons that we do for the other one? Hey. It's okay. Okay, we need 106 right here. I wish there was like a different symbol for the Kasrkin, like that wasn't this, and then I could figure out what it is and put that on it, because that would be cool. Evie, mama, it's okay. And then 89. Here it is. Okay, so that's all that part. Now I gotta clean up the cannon. I'll be a little bit more gentle on this part because it's round and we don't want to mess up the shape too much here. Especially like on such a prominent part of the tank. Use like a sanding stick here or something if you want to as well, instead of an X-Acto, or just don't cut them. I used to not worry about this kind of stuff, but as I've gotten older, I want to do it. It's just cleaner. It gives you a cleaner model at the end, and it lets you like be proud of your work. And not that you can't be proud without it, but blah bitty blah. Hi, puppy. Okay, so let's glue this together. Let's find a place to hold it that's not too bad, probably towards the back, because it's gonna go into a cannon and a hole, and it'll make it squeeze together better anyway, so we'd rather have more glue on the front. Just put that there. Put this around. Try not to get a ton of glue all over it. Try to touch it as little as possible while there's the glue on it, because it's gonna seep out and potentially get your fingerprints all over it, and you don't want to do that. You want to try to keep it as clean as possible. Do these come out? No, okay, these stay in here. I was like, do those cut out? They do not cut out. Got that one. And that one's good too. Okay, so let's glue this on now. Just try not to get my fingers all over it. Okay, now we can take this, we can put the glue into the barrel part, and then the tab goes down. Just squeeze that in there. And then we can do the same for the stubber. And it goes with the little line right here down, it looks like. And then we gotta make sure that's straight in the front there. Trying to make it as round as possible. And then we glue that onto this. So I just want to get it in the holes here and around, but not too close to the edges there. I hear my dog chewing something, but I don't see my dog. Oh, she's chewing her butt. Okay, that's fine. We'll allow that. And then you can then go like this. Because it's a thin glue, it'll squeeze into those little cracks there and get that all good for us. Now we're gonna go for the top, which will be the closed part of the top. Which we want to do, what section is that? This is interchangeable parts. I'm just looking at all this. This is, we want 9. Step 9 is our step that we're doing. Okay. So we'll go all the way to 9 here. It's all sealed up for battle. I don't really like to have my tanks open, but the commander one will be because it's the commander. So let's get it. Here's the little bucket. 122 goes in there. And 113. Okay. That clean. Okay, so now we will put our glue down here. I just want it on that part, but I think we can put it on this inside ring as well to get that just tacked in there. And then goes on the farther one of the two right here. Take this and slide that right there. Okay, and then that's gonna go, it's facing this way in the directions. And this is where those nubs might bite us because they're a little big here. Yeah, so we should be able to push through it, but for this next one I'll just cut those nubs out with the X-Acto because we have it here. Okay, we get 85, just another little pit. 117. So it is looking like, honestly, we can kind of try it. We can have the commander right here. We can see how it's gonna go. And then 117 is this piece right here. And we can see how challenging it's gonna be to get him to fit. But where is he? He's right here. Because it's the Lehman Russ commander. This is definitely bigger, but I think if we glue from up under before we glue that on the next one, so like this is for me, this is for my mental notes later, that yeah, we'll probably have to, where does the commander go? Does the commander go in the far one or does it go in the close one? It goes in the farther one. He goes in this one. So we'll probably have to glue him in before we glue that up, and then cut this off so that it sits right. But that's for future me to worry about for our commander. This isn't for our test Dorn. I didn't want to make it the commander piece because the commander piece should look nicer. It also has some other custom bits on it, like the vehicle upgrade kit that they used to sell. So it'll have like the big Imperial Guard Aquila, whatever you want to call it, thingy on the radar dish thingy on the back. It's gonna be pretty cool. At least I hope so. It's this thing right here. This piece. Because it'll be the command tank. It's an old upgrade sprue. I think they still might sell it. I'm not sure. But, okay, so this gets glued on. This gets glued on here. I don't know if there's a specific way it goes. Oh wait, no, this goes inside that. So this is another one of those situations where we need to get these little nubs out, but I don't really have a great way of getting to them. So let me just bear with me for a second. Like, I get why they have these for like the pouring and stuff like that, and you don't want it to break, but like kind of a pain to get out. All right, so then this can get screwed on here. Maybe it goes like this. Where is, this goes in the back. So this piece, this flat piece right here, I think goes in the back. And then these should go around those. That's how it goes, like that. There we go. Got it. I think I cracked it, but whatever. And then we'll do the thing here where we just set that on here. And we'll put our lid on. There we go. Now for the extras, we're going, oh, we gotta put the little grate on the back here, which is right here. A little standy bit for if you have a guy on the back with the gun shooting away. So that just goes right here. This goes here, and then that goes right there. Now we're gonna build us a stubber. 114. These ones look way different than the ones that are on the Chimera. There's that. 108 and 109 are the handles for the guy. This is 108. This is 109. And then we want the ammo. What would you do the ammo separately? 105. See, this ammo box is better. You know how we cut the lid off the other one because it was like hanging straight out? This one is just dangling down like it should be. But then they modeled the ammo separate as a piece that you put on top, which is like, it's like that piece right there that just fell. So that's kind of weird, but whatever. Let them have fun until AI takes their jobs, right? Like let the modelers do what they want to do. They only have a few years left. And I hope that's not true, but I mean, they said they weren't going to use AI for design, but that means there's a lot of other options that they could use it for. This goes ammo facing this way. Ammo goes that way. On the box. For the stubber, we cut it good enough. Let's get these little hand grips on here. These fit together pretty nice. They have spots for the triggers to go. Unlike past ones where it would just be kind of like a groove cut in the bottom. And then put the ammo right here. Should go in right there. And then we're going to dangle it down. It says don't glue it. We're gonna glue it. There's no world in which we don't glue this. You don't want it to droop that far down. You want it to be like, let's give it something to stand on for a second. What do I have? I need something. Maybe this. That'll be fine. It'll be fine right there. It'll be fine like that. Let's go to the extras, the extras. So we've got, these are optional bits. We want the big spotlight for sure. We want, because we have that on our chimeras, we're gonna have that on these guys as well. Like, we want big lights for fighting big enemies. We want to blind them and then shoot them. That's our plans. These guys are supposed to have the best of the best gear. I want them to look cool. They can work in any environment. So we need to be ready for anything. So that's why I'm kind of equipping them with everything. Put that there. And this will go, spotlight goes here. So our commander can see what he's firing at. Then we got this little, we'll put the little light on it. Where's that little light? It's a neat little guy. It's just like this little stubby light. Like that. And then, oh, it wants that one in the back. So we'll take that one and put that back here. I didn't realize, I thought we had options, but it's not. It's just options of where you put them. And then this little reliquary sensor situation we'll have for the front here. No. You be okay, baby. It's okay, mama. It's okay. This, and then the antenna, which we want on all our stuff because we want to be able to communicate with each other and with headquarters. So let's just clean that off. Just be slow on there to get that. Same thing on here. The little pieces there. Okay. We will put our glue in there. Evie. Why are you barking so much? You got so much to say. Slide this guy on. Ugh, eventually. Okay. And that is the turret done. So we'll move that over to the side here while we get the bring back in the tank. And we're gonna put the cannon on the front, because more cannons. I was gonna make it the minigun, but like cannons, I don't know. I don't know how much we're facing, like you face swarms in competition or whatever. I just think this might be the better choice in the long run. It's more versatile, because you can fight everything with it instead of only fighting one thing with it, which, I mean, I'm not pretending that I know the stats of the minigun. Like, it could be good, but I would just rather do this. And then same thing here, we'll just kind of hold on to it and get the glue on. And then we will put it in the hole. This nub goes up on this one. No reason to keep it consistent, Games Workshop, it's fine. And then we got two cool little machine guns for the front, or two headlights. Why would I get headlights? Why would I want headlights? I want, is it the machine guns or, wait, they're meltas? Okay, well, I think we're just gonna put the meltas on it, because that makes the most sense to me. I remember now I'm like, oh, I told you guys, I told you what I was gonna put on it, that I knew. Apparently I didn't know. I didn't realize this step was a thing. Which, you know what, maybe we can put these on, we can save this for it later. Once I finish this video, I'll figure out what they are and put it on. But I will at least glue the little pieces for them in so that I could equip them. I'm not putting headlights on it, that's dumb. Watch one day, Games Workshop's gonna take away that whole like War Gears free thing, and everyone's gonna be stuck with all these models that they built with all these weapons on them. And it's like, that's even worse than them changing it, the point costs of the models, because then you have to rebuy the models because you've already glued it and it's ruined if you try to take it apart. Now you can try to magnetize this stuff, but this is very tiny. Might not be very easy to do, especially since you don't get extra parts. So like back in the day, you would maybe have those headlights because you didn't have enough points for them, right? But now, in this new system, there is no points. Like, why would you take some type of gun on the front? So it's a danger to look out for, because it will come. It's just a matter of time. Okay, so there's that. But that's cool, because now I have headlights that I can put on the front here, on these little front bits here, and I'll have little headlights on here. Or I can put those on the next one. We'll see. So now we're getting into like the extra stuff. And this stuff is cool. So we're gonna put big old gas tank on the back, because nothing says shoot me here, this is my weak spot, like a big old gas tank on the back. So let's cut that out. That's before. This is the top piece. This is the bottom piece. Okay, and then we have these rings right there that we can put the toe rings. Not like actual toe rings, but like for towing, rings for towing. So let's clean off the goobers. You know the drill by now. Clean off the goobers, the goopy goobers. These big old nubs. Okay. There we got this. Now, what is the top of this and what's the bottom? It looks kind of the same. So we're gonna go with that it's the same. So we can glue this here and then do the same thing on the bottom here. Glue this on. And then hook that into, is it the outside or the inside? It's like the inside of this door here. There's like a door on the back here that it wants you to kind of hook this on. So that's where we're gonna go, right there. And then the rings, maybe go in there. My wife is home. Put the rings here. Yep, they're already falling off. Okay, and it wants these hooks on the front. So let's get those hooks. Where the meat hooks. There's a one, and there's two. Aren't you gonna go get your mommy? Aren't you gonna go get your mommy? You don't know she's home? Hi, babe. Yeah. I'm sorry it's taking forever. Don't beat me. So don't beat me. Hook. And hook. Put these little toe hooks in the front here. Okay, now we got this stuff. So this is the side skirt bits. And let me see here. Do they fit on with these tires on? Can at least put one here. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut this one flat. Cut this off. That. I'm gonna get some super glue and then just right in this bottom area here, we're gonna stick that. That piece right there. And then we'll do the same on the other side. That's the one. Oops, okay. Well, hold. This one should go on this side. And you're wondering why I'm saying that is because it has like a little point to it. Because I I didn't get like the middle one, which is like in the perfect world, that's what I would have done, is got the middle one, but I didn't realize they were all different. So just put it right there. Right there, and then to reinforce it, sometimes you can just go back here, put a gob down, and then hit it with our accelerant here, just so it's not going to go anywhere. Oop. And then where is the other piece? I was cutting it out, but it didn't stop. Okay, cool. It's okay. Right, and we'll do the same thing to this one for that side. Is we'll cut those off, and then cut out this little piece that's supposed to fit on the treads, because we don't have treads anymore. We have wheels. And now that I'm realizing that it's the opposite side that I'm supposed to be doing, so it's this one. Jesus. Still little details. That off, flip it up, put the glue down, put that on, flip it over, put our glue down, okay. The super glue still, so we'll leave it out. Okay, now we need to put these little these little airlift thingies onto the tops of the covers, the tread covers, the once were tread covers. Was there only 2 on this sprue? Okay. Let's do this, let's move that. We have lots of like gas tanks and stuff, so that's gonna be cool. Am I blind? Oh, yep, I am blind. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we should have 2 more somewhere. 2 more. Looking for them. Oh, here they are. Spread out all over this model kit. Okay. Now we can put our glue on the little spots there and put on our little tie downs or crane hook thingies. There's 4 on each of these. We're just getting them and sticking them on. These pieces are tiny as heck. Okay, and then we got this one. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Okay. So that's all those. Now we have a lot of extra bits. You have this buttons, those are already built. Now you have this storage, which is good because this is what I needed to cover up some of these like white spots on here. There's also like these weird, these pieces. I don't know what they're for. Maybe it's like something for like the back or something. I don't know. But we've got two really nice like clutter pieces in that piece there and this piece here. The bedroll is also a good piece for our guys. I don't want to put like a big extra tire there because that doesn't, I mean, I can print another tire maybe and put a tire there. That might be the play, but for now, just on the front here, I just want some of this extra, these extra gubbins. So I'm gonna put this piece here. I don't usually have them in the back of the tank, but I figure it's the future. We can figure out different ways of storing things that maybe it doesn't have to be on the back. Maybe it doesn't have to be on the back. Look at this. And I'm also using it to just cover up some of these seams that I have pretty bad on from like the bits that I put on there. Probably put like this. You can kind of have it kind of scattered across too, like so I can put this here. I will put this here. Just so I have the sleeping bag like on the back over here, or the tent or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. It's often better that it's not symmetrical. We can put the tools as well. Tools can go on the front. And this rope can also go on the front as well to kind of figure some of this out. So I think the tools can go right here on the front, right here. So we got the tools. Extra armor, and the rope might be a little long, so maybe make it look like it's tied up there. Might work. So let's put some glue down here and then just kind of make sure it hooks up to here. Like that. All that stuff. We got more wrenches, more storage. Okay, we don't really need all that stuff. So with that, we will put on our turret. And then call it a good job. What is this? Are these different sizes? What's going on here? Does it go like this? It's in the instructions, but I don't want to look at them right now. I'm like, where? All right, we're gonna have to look at the instructions. How did we screw this thing on? Did I build it backwards? starts backwards. Okay, so we take this, put it on backwards, and then turn it all the way around. And that is our, well, maybe we might glue this because this is kind of droopy, but that's our Rogal Dorn. Kind of looks like a greyhound, but that's our Rogal Dorn tank for our Kasrkin army. All figured out. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.